Hey, what's up? It's Ashley. So today I'm just going to go over some new makeup releases. I'm going to go on Trendmood and also the new in Sephora section and just kind of say what I'm interested in buying and what I'm definitely not interested. So what I'm interested in buying, I'll say is on my wish list, and what I'm not interested is on my anti-haul. It doesn't mean I'm necessarily going to buy it, but that's just how I'm going to do it. This is inspired by Jessica Braun, and I'm definitely not buying everything on my wish list because I don't need a ton of stuff, but I thought this would be fun and relaxing to go through and kind of go through all the new Sephora releases. So I'm going to move the camera like this and then put pictures here of the new stuff. If I look this way a lot, it's because my PC monitor is here and that's where I'm looking at all the stuff. So let's start by going in at my Sephora cart because there are some new things here, and just to show you guys kind of what I'm interested in. So the first thing, can you have it up here? The first thing is the Fenty Beauty Face Shaping Brush 125. I'm really interested in getting this for cream bronzer or cream blush. I'm not decided yet because I want to buy a stippling brush, but I think this would be really nice for cream blush as a like dupe, I guess, for a Zoeva one that Elizabeth Makeup Artist on Instagram uses, because I can't really find that brush. So I think this one would be a good option. It is $34, but I don't have many like good makeup brushes. I have some that I use, but they're really old and they also don't really work for creams. So I'm really interested in getting that, and I know it's kind of new. And then another one is the Kosas the Sun Show Moisturizing Makeup Bronzer. I picked the shade Light. I'm on the fence with this because I've heard mixed reviews. I heard it can get really shimmery, but it also can be really nice for summer. So I'm kind of mixed on this. I don't necessarily need a bronzer right now. I ordered the Fenty cream one, which I'll talk about in a second. So once I get that, I'll kind of see if I want to get a powder to layer. Another new one, which I don't have pulled up, so I don't know the exact name, but it's the Ilia Serum. I really want to get this. I wanted it and then I didn't want it because I was like, it has no coverage. And then I watched Casey Holmes, who has red skin and is oily, and I was like, I really need that product because I have redness, as you can tell, and I want to cover it, but I really like natural stuff, but it is hot where I live, so I don't want it to be too oily. So when she said that she liked it, I was completely sold, and now I really want to get it, and I probably will soon. So sorry about the lighting, it's like really weird outside right now, but anyways, so now I'm looking at the new in Sephora makeup section, and the first one that catches my eye is the Rowan Beauty 1111 eyeshadow palette. This palette looks so beautiful and I really want to get it. I ordered the 52 one during the Sephora sale, and this one, I love pinks, but the more I look at it, the more I realize I don't really need it. But I really like the top left and the bottom right shade, but I feel like I wouldn't really use the silver, and that leaves 3 shades that are all kind of similar. I don't know. I might get this depending on how I feel about the 52 palette. But for now, it's on my wish list, but I'm not actually going to buy it because I have the 52 one coming. Another new one is the Supergoop Glow Screen, which I am really interested in, but I don't know if I want this one or the Unseen sunscreen because I feel like that one might be better when it's really sweaty out, but that one is definitely on my want to try list because I've heard so many good things about Supergoop. Next things I'm seeing are the NARS Orgasm X collection. There's the cheek palette, the eyeshadow palette, and the infused lip tint. And I think they released a few other things, and I just am not interested in this at all. Definitely an anti-haul. I feel like NARS is overdoing the orgasm stuff, and no one's really interested in it anymore. Like, they had one good blush, and they're just overdoing, like, they're taking one good thing that they did, and they're just trying to make a ton of money on it because they knew it did well. And I just don't like it. I feel like the same a little bit with an Urban Decay Naked palettes, which I know are more popular, but I feel like just come up with something new. And I know it's different for Urban Decay because that's their thing, but for NARS it's like it was one shade and they're really overdoing it, so I'm not interested in that whatsoever. Another new thing is the Anastasia Nervina Pro Pigment Palette in Volume 4. I like the color story, but I'm not gonna buy this. The palette is huge and I don't really like big palettes, and there's just, the palette is not organized in a way that makes any sense. Like, I would feel really overwhelmed and not really know where to go with this palette. And I feel like it's just, I don't really understand what Anastasia is doing because this is clearly labeled Norvina, but it's under Anastasia's brand. So I feel like Norvina should kind of make her own sub-brand, kind of like Tarte and whatever that little brand that they made did, to have like a different vibe, or like Glossier and Glossier Play. So I don't like that, and I'm not interested in it, especially because I'm pretty sure it's expensive. Of course it disappeared as soon as I clicked back, but I mean, it's $60. I'm not interested in that. And same with the electric cake liner. I don't know, I just don't know, aside from a few people who like to play with fun makeup and have the money to splurge, I don't know who would realistically buy this stuff, so definitely on my anti-haul. Next thing I'm seeing is the NARS Matte Bronzer Powder. I would maybe be interested in it if NARS was cruelty-free, but I don't really understand. I thought Laguna was matte, but apparently it's not. I guess it's glowy, but I don't really get that. And it has pretty bad reviews because of the color range, and I don't know, I just don't like it, and I would just buy normal Laguna if I was looking to buy that. Next we have the Fenty Beauty Matchstick in Pearl. I really want to get this because it looks so beautiful and glossy and natural, but I don't need it, but definitely on my wish list. I think that looks so beautiful. Next we have the Tower 28 Bronzio Illuminating Bronzer. I think this looks pretty. I was confused at first because it looked really glittery or shimmery in the packaging, but then I saw someone on Instagram play with it and it looked really pretty on them. So I'd maybe be interested in this as like a glowier, like summery version of like a, what am I saying? Like a glowier version of a cream, but right now I don't really need that, but I would be interested, especially for $20. That's not too bad. Okay, now I'm going to look at Trendmood because there's not a whole lot jumping out at me on the new Sephora website. Let me move you guys a little closer. I feel like I'm screaming. The first thing that is posted, which was posted today, is the new Pat McGrath palette. It's the Divine Rose palette. I don't know. This palette, I really like how it's pinky and purple, but I don't get this iridescent shade because in the swatches it just looks pink, or I don't get it. And it's a really shimmery palette, which I know is kind of like their thing, is really nice shimmers, but this palette isn't for me. It's definitely for a different demographic that is not me, and I would not buy this palette, but I do like the color scheme. I would probably just like the first 6 shades, I don't even know. Posted today also is the Huda Beauty mascara. I'm not really interested in this. Like, it's a double-ended mascara, which I feel like I don't really care about. I just want a mascara that does both. And I don't know, I'm not someone who's super into Huda Beauty, so I'm not interested in getting that. Next we have the Marc Jacobs Enamored Lip Glosses stick. The hydrating lip gloss sticks. These are for Pride, which I love that Marc Jacobs supports. I don't know if there's any shades that really speak to me, so I probably wouldn't buy this, but I am interested in maybe buying different shades. I'm not sure if they're cruelty free, but I appreciate this launch, but it is not on my wish list. Next is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Powder Bronzer. I don't know. I appreciate that there are dark shades, but to me it just looks like a powder foundation, which is like kind of what they were doing because it says the airbrush, it's now created as a bronzer, so I guess it's a different slightly from the, I don't know. The shades aren't something that scream out at me, and I don't want to spend $55 on a bronzer. The packaging is nice, but since I'm not a Charlotte Tilbury stan, I've never bought their products, so I don't really have any experience with them. I think they're nice, and I will appreciate the launch, but there needs to be more shades, and it's really expensive, and it's not something that really screams at me. I feel like Fenty does the same thing, and also nice packaging for a lot cheaper, so not gonna pick that up. Next on here is just, I don't get this at all. It's the Kimchi Chic, I don't know. It's a drag queen from RuPaul's, whatever that show is. It's a concealer. Let alone the bad shade range, I don't understand the shades. There are straight up, I'm gonna put a picture of the swatches. One is literally straight up yellow and pink, and like I don't get the shade range, especially if it's supposed to be super high coverage. It's like, whose skin is just yellow? I don't get it, and I'm not gonna be picking that up. There's not a whole lot of things that are really like jumping out at me as something that I actually want. So I don't know, like there's just not a whole lot here. I guess next thing I can talk about, I know there's not many things I'm putting on my wish list, but there are not many things that are really interested in me because I feel like brands don't know what their consumers want. Perfect example is the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless foundation in a pouch. Who asked for this? Like, no one. I feel like the glass was recyclable, and I know it was hard to pour out, but people just asked for a pump. And also, like, it's just wasteful, and no one is on the go right now during Corona. And also, can't that, like, if you're on the go, it could get stabbed by something in your makeup bag and then have a hole and spill everywhere. I just don't get that launch, and definitely not picking that up. The Milk Makeup Kush Triple Brow Pen. I don't know. I guess I would have to see swatches, but I feel like the pen doesn't really do what they want it to do. I feel like you would have to be so gentle to get it to do 3 lines, and it's not something I would actually want to pick up. I feel like I'd rather pick up the Glossier Brow Flick, but that's just not something that, I don't know, just a lot of brow products don't really speak to me, and that one especially, I just don't see a point in it. Next, I see these Makeup Revolution Fruit Family Bronzer Blush Highlighters. They're kind of cute, I guess, but they're just ripoffs of the Tarte packaging, and I feel like Makeup Revolution as a brand is just a ripoff brand. I don't want to seem rude, but like, everything they do I feel like it just copies another brand, so I don't really like them. I've never been interested in them. Yeah, I don't know. Next, I see this Kaja bronzer, a sun and a, not a sun, star and a moon. They're cute, and I would maybe consider getting the star, but I wouldn't actually buy it because I feel like these products are kind of gimmicky. But I would put the star on my wish list to maybe try because it's cute, but not the highlighter, just the bronzer. So I would put that on my wish list. What is this? Mentos makeup. It's Innisfree and Mentos makeup powder. What? I don't get that. Anyways, okay, nothing is interesting me, and I feel like these makeup launches are just so bizarre and forced. I don't really like much that's on the market. So I'm just gonna end this here because there's nothing that's interesting me and everything is kind of bleh. If there's something I didn't talk about, it's either because I didn't know about it or because I'm just not interested in it and don't have anything to say. So I hope you enjoyed this. If there's any other videos you want me to do or you want me to see this in the future, let me know. Hope you enjoyed, and I will see you later. Bye.